let's head over to other news that happened recently. And this time around in this episode, we're going to be talking about Adult Swim news. So in our 2 weeks off, we did hear a brand new news about a certain show called Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty has a brand new season coming out of season 7. Yes, of course, it does feature the cast. You get to see Morty, you get to see Rick, you get to see Summer, you get to see everybody there in Rick and Morty. But yeah, season 7 is coming out. That's coming out in September. That has a big date. Actually, no, not September, October 15th. The poster definitely looked amazing because it was a Bad Boys reference.
You're not Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Stop trying to be them.
All the movie references that they're putting up with this, man. I swear to God. Here's the thing about us when it talks about Rick and Morty. We are not fans of Rick and Morty anymore. I don't know what happened, but we have fallen off the show for I think seasons ago. So let's actually talk about why we left. Omid, when you were watching Rick and Morty, when did you actually not become a fan anymore? Was it just because one season, one episode? Was it just continuity that was terrible? What made you fall off of Rick and Morty?
I think what made me fall off of Rick and Morty, keep in mind, this was before the elephant in the room.
Oh, yeah.
This was before the elephant in the room, okay? Now, what made me fall off Rick and Morty was that as I was watching the more recent seasons, seasons 4 and season 5, of course I don't plan to watch season 6, so don't ask about it.
Okay.
Here's
what I can say.
Seasons 4 and season 5, I watched them and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it's kind of lost its charm. It lost its intellect. It's being random for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like seasons 1 and 2 where there was some merit to it. Like it was random, but it had a point. Seasons 4 and 5 to me were okay, the show has gotten really stale. The humor has gotten really stale, and plus I'm watching better shows now, so yeah, honestly, I kind of have to say, hey, Rick and Morty, we had a good one, but farewell.
I gotta say this, it's just a disaster because we were big fans of Rick and Morty. I mean, season 1 and 2 definitely were peak Rick and Morty. It had a great story. It talks about Rick's past and how he's alone and he's really depressed and stuff like that. But you're right, season 3 I think started to lag. And that's the season where Pickle Rick became a thing,
Yeah. And never forget that. It's season 3 was where the fandom became mad.
I think that this is where the fandom became crazy.
Oh yeah, crazy is an understatement.
Because of that one freaking episode that talked about Szechuan sauce. Yes, yeah, I remember that.
It was
the first episode of season 3 when what was it? Rick was talking about Szechuan sauce and McDonald's about Mulan and blah blah blah, and then apparently McDonald's had a stack, and then we all had to line up to our McDonald's to get that Szechuan sauce. Do you remember when we had to do that?
Yeah, this was back when we were fans, mind you.
This was back when we were fans. But you can think back of what we went through, a big long line, and I know a couple friends also wanted to be in that line as well. But then we also heard that it's only 10 packs of that Szechuan sauce was gonna come out, so it was okay, fine, we'll just go to Chick-fil-A next door.
Our consolation prize.
What, Chick-fil-A sauce instead of Szechuan sauce?
It's our consolation prize. Something's better than nothing. Anyway, yeah, this was back when we were fans, but still. When I look at, how embarrassing the fandom acted towards McDonald's restaurants, honestly, keep in mind, I don't have a high opinion of McDonald's to begin with, and even I feel sympathy for all the employees and managers that have to deal with this crap.
Yeah.
It's just it's embarrassing. All this for dipping sauce.
Right.
All this for dipping sauce.
Right. Right.
What the frick is wrong with you people? It's stupid.
It was... No, okay, here's the thing. We were those stupid people, too. We were those stupid people.
Not really. We didn't go mad
Okay, but still, we waited for an hour, 2 hours until we realized this is kind of dumb. Then we moved over to Chick-fil-A and got some chicken sandwiches instead.
We handled defeat the right way because while we were rightfully upset about it, instead of acting like mad children or angry screaming crybabies.
I know what you're trying to pull off, that meme of that one guy who literally just put his shirt up and said, Pickle Rick.
Oh my god.
Oh, did you realize that was actually at our restaurant? Apparently it wasn't the San Jose restaurant that we were in.
It was the equivalent of watching a baby. It was the equivalent of watching a kindergartner open up a McDonald's Happy Meal and seeing that their favorite toy wasn't in the Happy Meal. It was that bad.
Yeah, it was definitely that bad, and I was just like, oh yeah, we were part of that crew that were in that. But besides that, I mean, season 3 definitely. I mean, it started well. I mean, you had like, what was it? You know, Rick dealing with what happened at the end of season 2. But then, like, when you look at the episodes that came along, except for one episode, I did like the council of Ricks. You know, the whole Rick and Morty, like, what was it? What's the name of the place again?
What was it? Was it Rick Dead Redemption or something like that?
Yeah. It was something where they don't focus on the main Rick and Morty, but they focus on the Citadel. There we go, Citadel Rick and Morty. Like all those Rick and Mortys out there. That was actually a good episode because it tells you like there is stories inside the Citadel that you would love to follow up with as well. But then, like I said, everything else in that Rick and Morty season 3 kind of felt like, what? What's going on? Why is the story not the same thing that I liked back in season 1 and 2? You know?
Yeah, exactly. And they couldn't even do Evil Morty right either. Like, they had to take so long to build him up. And even at that, like, the way they handled Evil Morty later on.
To be fair, Evil Morty was really, like, interesting. Because, like, we saw him in season 1. Season 3, he took over the Citadel. Spoilers. I don't know if you actually care about us talking about it.
They sort of like they nerfed Evil Morty in my opinion.
Well, he became the president of the Citadel.
No, but as a character, like the way they handled Evil Morty as a character, they could have done more with him.
I mean, okay, to be fair, like we knew that in the backstory of like Rick and Morty, he was going to be an evil person. We didn't know that he was going to be like something huge later on in the show. Because I was like, oh shoot, season 3, Rick and Morty just took over the Citadel. I'm like, oh god, Citadel's going haywire, which you have to see later on in season 4, to be fair. So, yeah, I'm like, I kind of like the follow-up story with Morty, Evil Morty, for example. Yeah, it was great. But there's other things that kind of made me like, I don't know about that whole Beth line. Remember when Beth made a clone and then she turned out that actually was real? I was like, okay, so I thought, did you clone yourself or not? Because like at the end of season 3, it's like, okay, she didn't clone herself, cool. And then end of season 4, you get to see, oh, what the hell? She's actually there is a real thing.
It didn't mesh well at all. It came out of nowhere. It felt like how do I put it? Like it felt like how should I put this? It felt like one massive how to put it? The Beth clone thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say evil Beth. It's more like
it's a Beth clone.
It's a Beth clone. Yeah, it's a Beth clone.
The Beth clone. I feel like it was sort of like they really pulled it out of there.
Yeah, I was weird. It was weird because like when you had that like end of season 3 feeling because you're thinking like, oh, Beth and was it oh, frick, what's his name again? The dad's name?
Jerry.
Yeah. Beth and Jerry, they back together again after that divorce that happened in season 3.
Well, see, that could have what made Rick and Morty season 3 a bit stronger. Why not have Beth and Jerry, stay divorced? Because it's established in seasons 1 and 2 that, let's face it, Beth and Jerry, their marriage isn't exactly...
They're perfect, even the beginning in season 1.
You can feel the marriage breaking, like, bit by bit when you watch seasons 1 and 2. And then they divorce like they should have a long time ago. And then they get back together just because.
Yeah, it was so weird. It just makes you feel like maybe she is a clone. I thought Beth doesn't like Jerry anymore after what happened in season 3, for example. And that made you think like at the end of the season, you're thinking, is she really a clone or not? Because that was the mystery that was going on throughout that whole episode. I mean, throughout that whole like season finale, to say, because it's like, is Beth the clone? Yes or no? Then you realize in season 4, the answer was right there, and I'm like, oh god, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things to point out from this show. Is that the writings has changed quite a bit. Like season 1 and 2 was peak. Then you had season 3 that turned out to be lackluster, and then it's just started to fall from there.
Oh yeah, it dipped.
Yeah, it definitely dipped. So what would you say? Like you ended watching it after season 4? Because I stopped after like middle season 4.
I stopped watching around like season 4 or season 5, either or. But all I gotta say is that obviously I'm not gonna watch Rick and Morty season 7 because I haven't watched season 6. I don't desire to watch season 6.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you're not gonna watch season 7 then, because there's a new season of Rick and Morty.
Chances are 0, not near 0. 0.
Okay, well then he pretty much said it. And to be fair, 70 episodes was ordered. that they were going to have 70 more episodes. So season 8, season 9 probably will be coming along the way. But just remember that there's change in leadership. We already know the whole story about Justin Roiland. We're not going to discuss about the whole thing here and there. But yeah, Justin Roiland, he's a piece of shit. So never talk about that.
Yeah.
So that does raise the question, actually. Because when they actually debuted that trailer in season 7 of Rick and Morty, we have no confirmed voice for Rick or Morty. So who do you think could be like the perfect voice for Rick and Morty now? Just because obviously Justin Roiland is gone. I'm pretty sure he's gone. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna come back. Or else fucking Adult Swim is just gonna be like, we're gonna raise hell on them because of that.
I don't know and I don't care, honestly. I don't know.
Wait, so I made these questions and it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Why were you putting on these questions and stuff? Have you at least watched like other shows like Solar Opposites? That at least was actually pretty decent.
I haven't kept up with Solar Opposites, honestly. The chances of me watching Solar Opposites are higher than Rick and Morty, but honestly, Solar Opposites is sort of a low priority in terms of my watch list. So
I say it's not bad. So just go ahead and check that out.